Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Quincy Chronicles. I'm your host, Simon Oma, and I'm here with Tiftifbee.
Hello!
And we are back for our final two episodes of Thousand Year Blood War Season 3, The Visible Answer, and My Last Words. And oh boy, there's a lot to go over here. Oh, so good.
Nobody talked to me for at least 24 or so hours or more than that because, these episodes, we were not ready for it.
No,
At all.
we were not ready and we're not worthy of them, but oh boy, so good. Where do we even start with all this?
Gosh. Well, first of all, first episode opens up with Uryu standing in front of the sun gate. Very pretty, I like to add.
Oh, yes, he was gorgeous, and Ugrim confronting him.
And his eyes had turned into Yuhabaha's.
Because Yuhabaha is asleep and Ugrim has his powers now.
In other words, we're cooked.
Yep. And he claims he can see all the future of what Uryu is up to, and calls him out on it.
Nuru's like, "You're calling me a traitor? Why would you say that?"
And Ugrim's like, oh, I didn't even say that, but since you're, like, considering it, I guess you are.
The classic old tripping the person up in the interrogation.
Yep.
Meanwhile, all this is going on. The Soul Reapers are heading to the main castle and encounter Gerard Valkyrie, who I swear is the Bleach version of that guy from Demon Slayer who yells, "Fight me!"
Oh, you mean Inosuke that Bryce Papenbrook plays?
That guy.
Yeah, because of course it goes over to the other Royal Guard fights, and we don't see Ryu again until the end of this episode, and then like a lot of but like the next episode is like mainly Ryu, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But basically, Gerard claims only a miracle can kill me. And apparently, every time he gets hit, he grows stronger, or rather, grows bigger.
Indeed, he does. Byakuya got some good shots at him, as well as everybody else who was there. Let's see, Shinji, Momo, Kisuke,
And Renji as well, who was revealed to be alive from his battle with Uryu.
Yes, it showed that when Hiyori found him, it showed that the arrow went clear through him, like he was trying to not be killed. So they found out that Ryu spared Renji.
It's almost as if he knew that people were going to come and find him.
Indeed.
Hmm.
See, Rukia was also there. Byakuya. Rose comes in later.
We also got to see Rangiku after she got healed from her zombification.
Yes, and Hinataro was with Rangiku as well.
And Ichigo's group encountered Askin.
Yes, and Chad just fell right into his trap and triggered poison on himself and Orihime. Well, Ichigo was, I guess, already poisoned and kind of down and out for a bit.
Yep. Askin basically can use his power to manipulate whatever can be poisonous, as long as he absorbs in enormous amounts. In this case, getting hit by lots of reishi attacks meant he was now immune to reishi attacks, and could also poison people with reishi.
Yeah, he could like control lethal dosages of things. But Yoruichi was fine and started being able to fight him, as well as her little brother showing up.
Oh, sweet, sweet boy.
Indeed.
He's the epitome of that sweet stomach child meme. You really think I'm stronger now, sis? You've really gotten stronger, as sarcasm is flying right over his head.
Yeah, she looked pretty scary too.
Yeah, Yushiro, sweetheart, you've got so much to learn.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently his limit is if he's mistaken for a lady. I mean, I get it. It doesn't help that his design makes him look kind of like a girl, but if push comes to shove, he can dish it.
Yeah, the little kid sure packed a punch, but then Askin became immune to that and got the kid good.
Yep. And Yoruichi was able to show off another power of hers as well.
Oh, yeah, her sparky lighting up stuff she did.
It was called, if I can find it, it's part of Shunko. This form was Raijin Senkei.
That was
She
it.
basically created a line that was like a circle of electrical energy in the shape of the Raijin drums.
Oh, nice.
Who in mythology, I believe, is the god of lightning and thunder in the Shinto religion, Japanese mythology.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. I think, like, Raiko is another name for it. But yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Askin also gave some very sound advice. He didn't care how beautiful a woman is, just what style she has. Which kind of makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
Yeah, it was when he was going on about not liking the idea of strangling people who can't move that Yoruichi suggested, and I guess Bambietta had said to him as well that kind of set him off.
Mm-hmm. He's basically just saying, I support women's rights and wrongs as long as they look good doing it.
Indeed. Askin seems like a fun character. He's quite enjoyable.
Just don't let him be Grunjo again. Because he will run like hell.
Indeed. Yeah, and with the other Soul Reapers, Giant Gerard just scaring everybody, though Askin had mentioned that there were rumors about Gerard being the Soul King's heart, so, you know.
Yeah, because he and Pernita were the only two not to be granted a shrift, but were more assigned a shrift.
Yes. And Gerard's shrift was M, the miracle.
And of course, Pernita, he was C, the compulsory.
I see. Interesting. Okay. Giant fight. He just seems to be getting stronger and stronger with like all the Soul Reaper attacks against him, and that seems to be a bit of a fruitless battle. And
we also had the Visors reappeared.
We did
with all
have
the
them,
masks
yes.
on.
Yes, we had Shinji, Hiyori, Rose. Were the rest of them there too?
Lisa, I think Lisa was there.
Oh, nice.
Pretty much all the members of the Visors were there. Kind of gave me vibes of like Avengers Assemble.
Yeah, it kind of did.
That being said, why does Mashiro's one have her on her legs? There was like swords and stuff, but why her in her legs? I mean, nothing against it, but it looks weird.
Yeah.
But again, I like Shinji and his lot. Well, Mashiro is probably my least favorite because she gets on my nerves.
I would have to agree with you there on that. Yeah, we had Ichigo and his group get inside and appear with where Uryu and Yugrim were. Right when Yugrim is telling Uryu he needs to prove himself with perfect timing having Ichigo show up so he could kill them and prove that he's not a traitor. We saw the world of the living, Waco Mundo being hit by the quakes, and the Soul Society as well. So we got a little bit of Yuzu and Kari talking about the earthquakes.
Yep. Poor Yuzu being scared out of her wits, and Kari's like, yeah, that's fine, but I need to concentrate on my game.
Yeah, at least you didn't get the game wet.
Priorities straightened out.
Yes, indeed. We saw the Soul Society where there was a bit of Aizen, or at least I heard him seem like he was helping defend it from the owl things.
I think they were from the remains of Lee Barrow.
That's possible. Okay. Yeah, it was. Soul Society was getting invaded by something while those quakes were going, and Izuru was back, which is nice. I heard Grant George, so I knew it was Izuru, but I wasn't like I wasn't sure if he was still around or not. 'Cause, like he seemed to have died in episode 1.
Well, you could argue he's probably half dead when that happened.
Yeah, and when the creatures were talking to him, he did say he was a dead man, so I don't know what's up with him. I guess we'll find out.
That's true.
Probably eventually in the next season, maybe. I don't know. But that was nice to see that Izuru is still around, because I like him.
Indeed.
And who knew Aizen could help out?
Aizen was just sat in his chair, just watching the world burn.
Yeah, that too.
He'll probably have more of a bigger role next part, from what I can remember from the manga.
Oh, I'm sure he will. I'm sure we'll get more Uryu too.
Yes. Back in the world of the living, we see a shot of a graveyard.
And Ryukin and Ishin.
And Ishin getting ready to back up their children, by the looks of it. Ryukin looking rather pensive. I guess thinking about Kanai's death and what he plans to do to avenge her.
Oh, definitely. And we had Ishin confronting Ryukin and like saying that he like is he going like knows that Ryukin is gonna go to the Varvelt and do his thing. Which I guess he was dressed in the Quincy clothes, which looked really awesome at the end of the other episode where I could actually see it.
Yeah. And episode 39? The poem.
Oh, yes.
The poem.
Oh, it was so good. Steve killed it. Knocked it out of the park.
If my words had a form, they wouldn't reach you, standing in the dark.
So good. And then, of course, we got to episode 40, my last words. And, oh man, right back to Ryu and Ichigo seeing each other again. And Yugura saying that Ryu needs to prove himself. And, well, Ryu draws his bow, which has the sound. And, like, we heard that sound a lot in these last couple episodes.
And the episode opened with Soken.
That too, yes.
Writing in his journal. It also explains more what happened on a certain day in question.
We should go over those flashbacks. Like, oh boy, that was a lot.
It started with Misaki, obviously, losing her powers and subsequently being killed by Grand Fisher.
Indeed.
Events switched to what seemed to be Karakura Hospital, with little Uryu and Kanai with a maid. And I just realized that the flower, he was offering a flower to Kanai. I think it was an Edelweiss. That's the flower that Uryu is often seen with, especially one of the endings.
Aw, so cute. Unfortunately, I could not see these scenes very well at all, but oh boy, the feels were there with like Soken's journal being read, narrated over them.
We basically saw the maid holding the umbrella for Kanai collapsing first. Kanai briefly looks over to her, and then she looks horrified as she realizes that Uryu is lying on the floor amongst the flowers. For some reason, she wasn't affected.
Oh, our poor boy, our poor little Uryu.
Yep. By all rights, with Ausfallen basically killing those deemed impure, Kanai should have definitely died that moment. But she didn't.
Indeed, that is true, since she also is a mixed blood Quincy like Uryu, which is where Uryu gets it from.
The flashback ended with, obviously, there was, from what I could tell, basically Kanai kneeling beside Uryu, and then some sort of light appeared above her. I couldn't exactly tell what it was. But some words that Uryu says later on definitely make sense.
Yeah, you think it was like her using antithesis to sacrifice herself and save him?
That. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We also saw, in the present day, teeny Uryu reading over the journal, reading over his father's words. and basically figuring out what was going on.
And that look in his eyes was just like the glasses being like reflected with the light, and oh boy,
the sheer quiet vengeance in his eyes.
He is pissed. And a man on a mission.
My name is Uryu Ishida. You killed my mother. Prepare to die.
Hell to the yes. Very, very true.
While this is all going on, Uryu and Ichigo fight again.
Yes, because Uryu was told to prove himself, and, well, Ichigo is questioning him, and of course, rather than ask questions, he just throws a Getsuga Tensho in Uryu's face. And so Uryu has no choice but to fight back.
And we also see Ichigo using Getsuga Tensho for the first time in several episodes, I think.
Yes, I think it hasn't really been since the last time he fought Uryu, which was in episode 4.
Yeah, I think he used more Getsuga Jushisho than that one.
Oh, that's true. He did use that one.
The last time I remember seeing him use Tensho, though, was when he was fighting Yuhabaha.
Okay.
And, well, before his Bankai got destroyed.
Right.
And we also see Uryu using a large Quincy cross out of Renshi and firing 5 beams of light from it. It looked like he also used stun and stab as well, with that fire versus lasers. Basically, in the fight, we see Uryu using stun and stab again.
Oh, did we? Nice.
Yeah. From what I could tell, it was stun and stab.
Oh, that's cool. I couldn't really follow much of the fight. It was just going way too fast for me.
It basically took some of the floor as well. That basically managed to catch Ichigo before he fell and threw him towards Uryu. And Ichigo just unceremoniously just grabs him and pulls him down. Like, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me.
And then we have some more flashbacks with Uryu thinking about, like, stuff about being a doctor and his mom and stuff, with Ichigo, like, demanding to know Uryu's reason. If he's actually a traitor, if he's on their side, and, like, he's like, yeah, like, if your reasons are good enough, then I'm gonna beat you to your senses, and if it's not good enough, I'm still gonna beat you to your senses. And Uryu's like, okay, I'm getting hit either way.
I mean, he's not wrong. If your reason's bullshit, I'm gonna hit you. If they make sense either way, I'm still gonna hit you. Such a good friend.
And so Uryu had some flashbacks of, like, talking to Ichigo about why he was going to a normal school, because, like, his dad's a doctor, he should go to a better school, and, like, Uryu not wanting to be a doctor anymore, and the whole why he does not want to be a doctor. Oh boy, his dad
of
his father cutting his mother apart. Ugh.
He figures that he doesn't want to be a doctor if it means having to cut apart your own wife.
Yes.
Ooh.
That is rough. Yeah. Though apparently that discussion is supposed to, like, be the trigger of Uryu wanting to be a doctor again, and maybe thinking about forgiving his father, but I just don't see it, and I don't really like him being a doctor, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Uryu does finally say that he has to be the one to defeat Yuhabaha because of being the one to inherit his grandfather's blood and his mother's blood.
Which basically kind of confirms that perhaps the antithesis he gained, may have been from Katagiri.
That is true, yes.
If so, fuck. Yuhabaha, you've just sealed your own fate.
Oh yeah, and Ichigo and the others want to help Uryu and tell him that he's being a dumbass again for thinking he has to do all this on his own. Well,
yep.
While Uryu shows them a sun key and tells them to go find the sun gate to get back to the world of the living, but then Yugrim appears again and challenges Uryu, saying he knows everything that he was going to say.
He also basically says, "What Sun Gate?" Because he basically destroyed the gate to the world of the living.
Yes, he did. And then, of course, Uryu, being bright, awesome little genius smarty pants that he is, and noticing Yugram's eyes, as well as like mentioning that Ichigo's noticed it, and that he has Yuhabaha's powers because he's asleep. Yuhabaha is vulnerable and has Ichigo and the others go after him, while he stays there to fight against Yugram.
And reassures him that these will not be his last words.
Yes, the title of the episode. And then we get to see Ryukin has the old sun key from Thoken, and he and Ishin are heading over there with Ryukin looking very good in those whites.
Yep.
And those stern lights.
And Snoken is quite a sneaky man.
Yes. I wonder if Ryukin's whites are like his, that the Quincy outfit, or if they were also inherited from Soken.
It's entirely possible.
Since
we don't know how Soken looked younger.
No, we don't. And we also hear Ishin like mentioning Soken being banished from, I guess, the Sternritter. So Soken used to be a member. And Ryukin hating his father, like, you know, typical Quincy's.
Maybe it's just an Ishida thing as well.
Could be. So we see them head off, as well as Ichigo and the others running off to Yuhabaha, as well as the Bambis getting their butts kicked by Yuhabaha, who appear to have maybe awakened, with Yugram's eyes turning blue again for a flash, with, well, Uryu was about starting to fight him, and
you seem rather hopeful.
Yes, you were full of hope, and Uryu's like, I guess there's nothing almighty about you if you couldn't see my hope. Okay, Nagito, wrong actor, though.
Somebody call the fire department, because that was a burn.
Yep.
Also, it's nice to see Uryu smiling again.
Oh, yes, that hopeful look on his face. That was so sweet. He means business, boy. Like, man, oh man. He means business, and he's back in action.
Don't fuck with the Ishidas. Also, don't fuck with the Katagiris either.
Nope. And oh man, that's gonna be a great fight when final season finally comes out.
Yes. Oh, these episodes. Oh my god, it's been an absolute ride.
I know. We did have a little bit of a Quincy Dawson at the end that was like
Quincy Encyclopedia from the original anime.
Yeah, a nice little cool down humorous bit with Askin describing stuff about Quincy's and making fun of them, which
you just made a big mistake.
Fatal mistake, yes. So that was cute, but oh man, it's been a wild ride these last couple months, hasn't it?
Oh yes, oh yes.
But oh, so good. Great seeing Uryu in all his glory, and Steve just, oh man, Steve was amazing.
He knocked it right out of the park, out of a stadium, out into the city somewhere.
He like knocked it out of this world, I would say. Like, emotion for Uryu, just like, oh boy, like when he's talking about his mom and his like his grandfather and stuff, like, oh, Ryukin's actor is also pretty good, getting out his little few lines he had.
Oh, hearing his voice break when he talks about Kanai, that hurt. That absolutely hurt.
I know. Oh man. Oh, this was something. These last two episodes, I do appreciate the warning Steve gave about waiting to watch them together, because oh boy, that was definitely the way to go, that's for sure.
Just gonna say this, after this, Kanai is shot up into one of my favorite characters in the series. She may not have much of a presence, but you can tell that she is essentially Uryu's reason to fight.
Oh yeah, Kanai is great. She's a very good background character and just has like a lot of like, there's a lot of emotion behind her, even though she's not really seen. You do feel her, that's for sure. Uryu, you know, inherited a lot from his mom, as well as his spirit from his mom too.
he has her looks. Compared to the other Ishidas, he definitely takes more after his mother.
Oh,
There is
definitely.
he is a hint of the Ishidas in him, but when in certain panels of the manga, there are moments where he does resemble his mother, especially the soft look he gave Orihime when she asked him to help her go up to see Ichigo when he was fighting Ulquiorra.
Yes, yes, that's true. He definitely does have a gentler side to him, though you do see the similarities between him and Ryukin as well, like as far as looks go.
Looks wise, I'd say he's definitely like his father. Personality wise, and definitely compassion wise, he's very like his mother.
Yes, and has the whole hating his father down just like his father.
Yeah. Quincy's Daddy Issues 101.
Oh, for sure.
Well, Ichigo's not really much of a Quincy, and he doesn't really have much daddy issues. He's just annoyed by him.
Yep.
But you can tell he loves his dad. Especially with the whole, my dad's just a guy with a beard. Whatever, when he's a doctor.
Yeah, isn't your your dad a doctor too?
Well, yeah, but he's just a guy with a beard. I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not, no.
But oh my god, this episode. That episode was a ride. Hell, this whole season was a ride.
Oh yeah, I mean, I could definitely see us watching this episode again, and probably watching the season again, or even the whole Thousand Year Blood War again. Because oh boy, it's been amazing. It's been a ride. We need more, but I mean, we will have more with like the original episodes. But oh man, it's gonna be a long wait until the end of this series comes.
Yeah. Oof. I'm not looking forward to when they say it's the final episode of Bleach Thousand Year Blood War.
I know, that'll be a sad day. A very sad day.
But all I can say is, let's go for Yugren versus Uryu.
Hell yes.
It's going to be one hell of a fight.
Yes, this is a very good day with seeing the end of the season with these last two episodes. Oh, they were pretty amazing.
Oh,
especially
absolutely.
all the Uryu. Like, we had a lot of Uryu. And the flashbacks. Oh man, it's finally great to see those. See Uryu's past come to light finally. Even though like we knew about it, it was very nice to see it finally like actually brought to the show and animated. Even though I couldn't see much of them, it was good to hear it.
Ooh. Wow, just wow.
Now that we're all talked out and need a bit of a breather, I don't know if you want to wrap this up or if there's anything else you want to say about it.
I actually have no words to say. Just wow, 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 wow.
Wow, indeed. And like, just like, kudos to Steve because oh boy, Uryu was just amazing in this episode.
Oh yeah.
Definitely nailed every bit of it. As well as all the other actors too, like don't get me wrong, but you know, we are Steve fans.
In this channel, Steve Prince reigns supreme.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, oh boy, oh man, you know, Steve was like so good and, you know, hopefully getting this out on February 5th, which is actually Steve Prince's birthday. So happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday.
Oh man, so good. Love the performance. It was amazing. And yeah, I hope this can be a nice little treat for his birthday.
Here's hoping.
So yeah, happy birthday.
I think that's pretty much all we need to say about it right now.
Yeah, me too. And though we will continue with the original episodes, I think I might like space those videos out more, maybe more like bi-weekly or monthly, just to give myself a bit of a break and not as like you know, a bit of a cool down, not as much of like having to get videos out every week, which is fine, but it's just like it can be a little much sometimes. So we'll see when the next one, well, I'll probably have the next one ready maybe next week, but we'll see. Like probably just do them as I go kind of thing more and slow down a bit just to help me out. But there'll definitely be more Quincy Chronicles videos with the original episodes that we will still be watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for joining me for this wild ride. It was pretty amazing. We're finally done cour free of Thousand Year Blood War.
You're welcome. I'm just happy to be along for the ride.
Oh, yes, I'm happy to have you for the ride. It's been great having you and talking about these and having you tell me what's been going on in the episodes.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to be aboard.
So I guess that's all for this week and Thousand Year Blood War. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time with back to the more of the original episodes and going over those. So yeah, until then, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.
Bye.